While Dinkum is an amazing game, it is still new and not in its final version yet, which makes some game mechanics a little bizarre. But sometimes it's not always obvious if these are glitches that need to be fixed, or if it's just actually how the game intended these items to function. So we are going to look at some common irregularities and try to determine if they are a glitch or actually a game feature. Let's start with the obvious: loading errors. Sometimes your game may open up just for you to find the void. Definitely a glitch, and all you can do is restart. You can also have loading errors with the museum, where it resets all of your donations to 0. Again, the solution is to restart the game. However, you can get a similar effect to the void error by going to the edge of the map. If you walk off the edge, you can also float beneath your island and move around. But this isn't the same type of error because there is simply nothing generated beyond the world limit. So this is very repeatable whenever you want to float in the void below your island. So while I would call this a glitch, especially re-entering through the floor of the map, I would more consider this just an unfinished part of the game. Another obvious glitch is some placeable items like gates not rotating. You can see when I try to rotate it, the directional arrow rotates but the gate does not. And when I place it down, it is impossible to get it oriented differently. However, if you place 2 fence posts on either side, then the gate will rotate and fit between the fences facing the correct direction. You may have noticed these arrows on the cooking table. However, if you click on them, you will find that it does not let you cook multiple items at once. These arrows actually work to change between alternate recipes. As you can see, meat sticks can be made with raw meat or alternatively with cooked meat. So this is a game feature, not a glitch that doesn't let you cook multiple items at once. Though I find the placing of the arrows deceptive, as the location makes it look like you can adjust the quantity. On the topic of cooking, multiplayer mode adds a whole nother level of potential problems. A well-known issue is animation errors, particularly with the barbecue constantly showing the cooking animation, even if nothing is cooking. Then there are unusual game physics. The physics actually work quite well, but sometimes you will see things move strangely, such as getting knocked back a little too far, an egg flying onto a roof, or a motorcycle getting stuck up in a tree. This to me seems like a glitch, but I don't know, maybe eggs are supposed to move like that. It has been found that when a bridge is placed, nothing can be placed under it, and no creature can pass under it. If a fish or shark gets stuck under a bridge, then they will not be able to move. This is currently a game feature and is just how bridges work, which has some uses if you want to build an aquarium and use bridges to contain the fish. Then we have the question of the area around an animal collection point. When you place a trap in an animal collection point, you have to be somewhat accurate, otherwise you will place the trap on the railing and nothing will happen. However, there are certain locations on the side of the collection point. If you place your trap, it will send the animal off, even if it is not actually placed inside the collection point. The side locations can also vary if you use a basic trap versus an iron trap. It seems like this is an unintentional side effect of the hitbox size, but it is a rather effective trapping method, so I hope nothing is done to change this and it is left as a game feature. Lastly, with the recent spring update, 2 new items were added to the game: the diving helmet that allows players to walk underwater, and the waterbed. But what happens if you try to place a waterbed underwater? You get water in water, which seems a little strange. But then you go placing other things underwater and realize you can place any item underwater at all, even campfires. And the fire animation continues burning even underwater. What's more is that all these items are actually usable underwater. You can craft, store, and even cook using the campfire underwater. When you walk up to an item, you will not see the prompt to interact with it as you would if it were on the ground. But if you click on it anyway, it will still function. This can make sense, except maybe for the water and the fire and water, but everything still functions according to the game mechanics. So I don't know, would you call underwater items a glitch or a game feature? Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.